Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with the new best bridge spam deck in the meta. The number 7 and 8 player in the world are both using this deck to make other professional players rage quit. The way it works is simple. Stack up elixir collectors, watch your opponent spam into you, defend, drop a giant in front, rage up your stuff, and take their tower. When you're up elixir and you roll up to your opponent's doorstep with the giant and the night witch, and they're relying on a firecracker or archers to counter all the night witch bats, they can kiss their tower goodnight because the arrows will get their archers and firecracker quickly out of sight. This deck can also be played with Witch instead of Night Witch at the top of the world, but Night Witch is slightly more toxic in this meta. The only bad matchup for this deck is Lobhound Balloon, and you just go for a 3-crown race, and I win about 30% of those matches. But since the majority of the latter meta is running a Mega Knight deck or a fast cycle deck with Firecracker and Archers, you'll be getting way more good matchups than bad ones, causing your opponents to rage quit or 3-crowning them pretty quick. It's time to speedrun Clash Royale's ranked ladder and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Lots of love to everyone that's supporting the channel with creator code SirTag. Yo, this guy finished 542 in the world, so first game, just starting off strong against a good player. Love to see it. I'm gonna go in for a Dark Prince in the back, and this guy is not responding. He's not spamming anything. He's just chilling, kicking back, and relaxing. So whenever I see a Skeleton King, I'm immediately expecting my opponent to have a graveyard deck. There's a chance it's going to be something else, but typically it's going to be graveyard, probably with Tombstone and some other cards that he can just get a ton of skeletons with, so the Skeleton King can go and release them on my tower. Ooh, yeah, Ice Wizard, and then also a pretty good rage value for us because we're going to be able to kill the Skeleton King, rage up the mini Pekka, and force out a Barbarrel, and the Ice Wizard is going to die too. Beautiful start for me. That's what we want. That's why Rage is simply better than most other small spells, because you're going to get an added benefit of your units moving faster and attacking faster too. So one of the key things with this deck is when you go in for a giant in the back, you want to go in for a Night Witch when you have 10 elixir. That's the strat, so that none of the bats go ahead of the giant. Unfortunately, I have an elixir collector down, so the timing is a little bit messed up. So just bear with me if one of the bats goes ahead. But typically you want to drop it when you hit just 10 elixir, so then all the bats go behind the giant and none of them are wasted. Then I think it's important for me to go in for arrows here just to eliminate everything a little bit faster, and then mini Pekka on the other side, and then rage up the mini Pekka because we know he's probably going to go in for a tornado, so we want to make sure that that's not going to be as possible for him. So look at the mini Pekka just staying raged on the tower because it moves a lot faster when it's raged up. So I made the prediction knowing that he was going to go in for the tornado because that's what I would do in his situation since he's a top ladder player. I kind of figured he would make the most optimal play. We outplay him with the prediction, and then he just leaves the game. And that's why this deck is so strong. You can make people incredibly good, tilted at this game, and make them leave as soon as a mini Pekka raged up hits the tower, and that's all it really is. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but like when you try to tornado a raged up balloon to the king tower, it's a lot harder. Same thing with raged up mini Pekkas, dark princes, night witches. Yeah, opponents are not gonna have a fun time if they're relying on the tornado too heavily. My dude is leaving the game with a pretty heavy heart as we take each one of his towers apart. And after absolutely destroying that graveyard player that finished 542 in the world, now we're 8,400. Yo, 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 we are playing against another top ladder player, 247 in the world this time. So I'm gonna go in for my Night Witch in the back if he decides to go and spam anything. Wall breakers, okay, cool. I hope that one of the bats goes on the right-hand side so then I can congratulate the wall breaker on an immediate death to the bat. Come on. Come on, you're not like the witch. One of the witch skeletons will always spawn in the other side. This guy is looking like he's going to be minor wall breakers with magic archer and just like a fast card cycle, which is a deck that we've played against a lot. It's a pretty strong composition. So if I go in for an elixir collector here, I have to be geared up for his minor. So I'm going to go drop my Dark Prince on that and just eat the magic archer. That's what I'm likely going to be doing. I don't see any other play. I'm going to do this. Oh my gosh, are you joking me right now? That's crazy. So the miner appeared like it was going on the right-hand side, yet it went on the left-hand side. I don't know what happened with that placement. That seems pretty buggy if you ask me. I'm going to go for a raged up giant with my Dark Prince, and even though I lost my tower, I know I'm going to take his too. So it's not the worst trade in the world, and especially when we're running a big beatdown deck, even if weird interactions just don't work out in your way, and you look at the miner pathing, and then the miner just moves at a different side, you're like, wait, how has that even happened? You lose a tower, things just don't go well. You're still in the game. That's the reason why I like this deck. No matter how bad it might seem, you're not going to give up on the dream of winning. So I'm going to go in for the Dark Prince, fully counter the wall breakers, just eat all the Phoenix damage, and bring it in a pretty okay spot, right? Like, this is ridiculous to still be in a contention against a top 200 player when we just did not have a good start at all. Usually, like, when you're running a control deck and you lose a tower, the game's over. But this is how this deck works. So we're going to go for an elixir collector here, and if he decides to go for a miner, we can go for a night witch on top of that. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I can just night witch on your goblins too. That's completely okay. I don't love this, but I could go in for a giant and pull whatever he drops to the other side. Alternatively, I could arrows on top of the magic archer, or I could zap on the magic archer, or I could just eat everything and then go giant in the back like a bridge spam warrior, you know, making everyone proud of me out here. Arrows for sure is going to be the best play because it's going to be a +2 interaction against the miner and wall breakers. And then we can start to spam. Wham bam, I bridge spam. You guys know the deal. You guys know what we do out here. I think I can get 2 Santa Clauses on the map, so I'm going to go for that right now because we want to make sure that none of our units really die and that the giants are just going to be soaking up everything. So I'm going to go in for a zap here as well because it will really kill the magic archer. Look at the mini pack locking onto the tower, loading up the value. We rage up the Dark Prince. We rage up the Night Witch. And that is the power of never giving up and never surrendering. We are in a winning position where I am likely going to be 3-crowning him if he tries to go on offense just once. Okay, yeah, seems about right. You lose a tower at the start, but you always bounce back. Just got to have that resilience mentality, never give up because, you know, this deck can carry you super hard. Just looking at that guy's profile, he finished 625 in the world with over 2,700 medals. And he finished 247 in a royal tournament. So definitely one of the best players in the world with a huge advantage at the start. And we came back and destroyed him. We're climbing up quite quick at 6,900 in the world. Yo, we got a game against Faith. Well, I gotta say, I have full faith in our deck after that last win. So let's see what other miracles it can pull out of itself. Oof, okay, all right. Yeah, that's a golem. So this guy is really, really, really aggressive. First play, he decides to do that. I think it's optimal for me to just try to defend the supporting cards behind the golem that he's going to spam, and then I can defend the golem afterward. So I'm hoping that the bats die here. I can't guarantee it's going to happen, but I hope it does. So I'm going to go in for a mini pack here, and then I want to rage on top of the Night Witch, and I want to rage on his bats, and then I hope we can kill everything here if I play it well enough. I don't know how well this is going to work. It's not looking good, guys. I repeat, it's not looking good. I also have to zap on the Night Witch bats or they would take me out. Wait, I have an elixir collector in the field. I didn't lose my tower, and I'm in an okay spot. Remember, when I lose my tower here, it doesn't necessarily matter that much because I can just go for an elixir collector. I think that the Goblin Gang was a slight overcommitment for him because now, you know, we have a huge elixir advantage. He's going to arrows on my elixir collector, so maybe that's stifling my stride a little bit, but it is what it is. If I snag his tower in the right-hand side because he just uses Goblin Gang, he might not have a good answer to Mini Pekka. So what I'm hoping to do right now is going to go in for a giant and a mini Pekka here. Yes, let's go. We take the elixir collector too, most likely. I just need arrows on the entire minion horde. That's exactly what we wanted. So his Night Witch is going to be cycled into the Abyss. He loses the right-hand tower. The Lumberjack is going into my King Tower, which I don't have to respond to. The Night Witch is definitely going to die, and I'm just in such a good spot now. I love the position that we're in. If the Dark Prince could pull the Lumberjack, it would be even better. Or, yes, let's go. Let's freaking go. That was so clean. Creating chaotic games that you don't really understand what's happening, those are the games that I thrive in. Because, I don't know, I feel like it creates a situation where if you have better fast thinking, you'll win. So, I don't know, I just really enjoy that. I think that, you know, there's so many different scenarios that Clash Royale can create. And even if you're playing against Golem Clone, it's not even upsetting, you know? It's just fun being able to play against these weird constructions from the opponent and just all-in maneuvers. If you have the available answers to you, you can just make it happen anyway. Like, this defense is rock solid. I'm able to go in for 2 Night Witches. I might be able to go in for a Rage here on top of his minions, so then we're able to have our bats finish them off, and then I can go for a Dark Prince here, and then I'm pretty sure that I'll take both towers. I'm pretty confident that I can, especially if I go in for like a mini Pekka here and then get a Goblin Gang from our opponent, which I'll arrows. I'm just going to pre-arrows and hopefully hit it. Ooh, it didn't work. I was really wanting to hit that. He's going to go Goblin Gang afterwards, which we should be able to finish off, especially if I've got raged up Night Witches up here. Wait, am I going to 3-crown him? No shot. Really? Dude, the Night Witches are raged up on the 3-crown. He isn't even trying to apply aggression. He's just playing for his pride so he doesn't get 3-crowned for a video. Oh, man. Isn't that a little bit sad? I think it's a little bit sad, but I'm glad. We walk away with a win against a dirty Golem clone spammer that dropped his Golem in the back starting play and had a pretty big advantage just like the last guy. It doesn't matter how the game starts, you'll always finish strong, and that puts us at 6,000 in the world. Yo, this guy's name is Red. What's up with that, brother? So we're going to drop a good luck here, and we're going to see what he's cooking in his kitchen. Do not want to be cycling too much at the start because, I don't know, I just want to figure out what our dude's going to do. Oh, wait, seriously? You're going to go in for a Goblin Hut here? Lower Goblin Hut means that I can go in for a raged up mini Pekka to one-shot the Barbarians super fast. If you guys haven't done this before, mini Pekka is really good against Barbarians if it's raged up. In every other situation, not so much. But in this one, it's chilling hard. So we've done more damage than the Spear Goblins will get most likely because I can just zap on them and finish them off. But the one thing that is scary in this matchup is I don't know what he's playing. We see a Goblin Hut with archers. So it could be anything from like graveyard to double spawners to maybe like a weird balloon deck. There's a whole bunch of different things he could be playing. It's going to be a graveyard deck. I can't defend that. I will lose my tower. Did not expect him to go in for an aggressive graveyard with a Golden Knight and spend that amount of elixir. It's totally fine. You guys know the deal. I'm used to losing my towers early. As bad as that might seem, that's kind of what's been happening the entire day. That's the theme of the day. Get behind and bounce back. So we're going to go for that Dark Prince and have that charge and ram his tower real quick. We are up a lot of elixir because he went in for a Golden Knight, and now he goes in for another lower Goblin Hut. So I think I'm just going to do the exact same play that I did last time, but it will be better for us because we've got Night Witch to aid our giant endeavors with our mini Pekka and then also even more spam. So this is going to be good for us. He's going to have 2 defensive buildings though. Okay. All right. Never mind. Maybe it's not going to be good for us. I don't know. I do need to rage up on top of the Barbarians as per usual just to make sure that we can keep our Night Witch alive. That's going to be our best bet. And then I can go for arrows on top of the Spear Goblin Hut, and then it's going to kill all of the Spear Goblins. The mini Pekka is going to stay alive. The bats are thriving. Oh my gosh. It's like a scuffed Golem clone. That's what my deck is at this point. That's pretty crazy to think about. I'm going to go for another elixir collector here because he just has no elixir at all. And I should be able to snag the right-hand tower. I know I'm playing a little bit greedily right now, but since I am up an insane amount of elixir, I think I can take multiple towers and then use the influx of my units and then take the second tower after I take the first one. So that's what I'm going for. I want to snag this tower first. I'm going to go in for a Dark Prince, and then I'm going to go in for like a mini Pekka, and then I'm going to rage again. He's going to have to go for Barbarians because that's all he's got. I think I just want arrows on top of the archers instead. That seems a little bit better for us, especially if we can get a rage on the mini Pekka anyway. It doesn't matter. So that's what I was talking about. If we snag that tower, then we use the influx of all of our other units that took the tower to then take the second tower. So I just wanted to build the elixir advantage so then I could pummel absolutely everything white. I'm going to 3-crown him. Dude, this game is too easy. Seriously, you've got Barbarians and 2 buildings, and you still can't defend my spam. This is crazy. I love the game so much when I'm tilted and I play this deck and I just win every game in a row. This is one of the speediest climbs that I've had in a long time, and now we're at 4,800 in the world. All right, we got a game against Yala. What's up? So we're gonna drop a good luck here and we'll see what's happening. Definitely want to just go in for a Night Witch in the back and, you know, kick open the game quite quickly. Because if we're playing against someone with Tornado, Graveyard, and all those annoying cards, pretty bad for us if we fall into the late game where they're always able to afford their excessive amount of splash damage. It's gonna have Firecracker, which is gonna bode pretty well for me. I'm gonna go in for Dark Prince here and dig to my Elixir Collector. So Firecracker and then Knight. Screams Hog Rider spam at me, so I'm going to be holding my mini Pekka for when he wants to unleash his Hog. Typically, they'll go other side of where they have the damage, so they can make sure that you are going to be separating your defense and your offense. So you can't defend the Hog Rider and then get damage on the side that you already want, so that's why I'm expecting him to go in the right-hand side. All right, I'm going to go for Elixir Collector here. He might have Earthquake. That could be the really bad play. I don't think I should have done that. He should Earthquake it like 1,000,000%. Yeah. If you guys didn't know, you can go in for a mini Pekka in the positioning and timing that I did, and you fully counter the Hog Rider with no damage taken. So that is the best thing about it. The worst thing about this matchup is the fact that I don't love the fact that he is going to be able to get a lot of value with the EQ. Maybe we can go in for Night Witch in the back, and then overwhelm his Firecracker with our arrows, and then just go Giant. Is that a strategy? I think that's going to be our game plan right now. I'm going to arrows immediately so I can cycle back to it before I get back to another giant. I'm going to rage, and I'm also going to go and use my zap. I think that's going to be our best bet of disintegrating the goblins quickly as well. Especially if the Night Witch is just attacking that quick. Yo, I'm going to zap on the goblins. The Night Witch is raged up. Let's go, baby! Lock onto the tower. Give me some love. Give me some damage. I appreciate you. Jeez, those bats are hitting home runs on the tower. You guys already know. We out here. I can go in for a Dark Prince here to activate King Tower. I think that's going to be optimal. Ideally, that's what we have happen. Activating King Tower is nice and making sure the Firecracker doesn't hit our tower for every single shot. Pretty nice stuff. He's going to go in for a log, doesn't kill my Dark Prince. I think the mini Pekka might die. Oh, it doesn't.
This was a triumph.
Generally, the way that I play this matchup is I just cycle my Night Witches and then I cycle my Giants. And I'm going to go and kite his Knight to the other side so then I can hopefully deal with the rest of his stuff a little bit more effectively. So I think I'm just going to rage at my tower. Unfortunately, I don't have any other plays. But since I activated King Tower, I think it could be a good strategy just to do that and rely on that. We can also go in for arrows on the Firecracker. It might run away, but I think it's going to go back into the arrows. It just needs to go back. Just like the mini Pekka always goes back to the tower. Home sweet home. And we're hitting home run derby out here. You guys know the deal. So with 23 seconds remaining, I have to defend this tower because we know he's going to go and unleash an excessive amount of Hog Rider spam in the right-hand side. Wait, did he give up? He doesn't want to play anymore. He's just trying to defend. Guys, I feel like a super sinister Sir playing this deck. Even playing against people with Hog Rider Earthquake and you have Elixir Collector is simply no match. You will just take all their trophies, all their medals, and leave them with nothing left over. I gotta say, the Night Witch was the true MVP of the match. If we had Witch there instead, this Witch Skeletons would have been easily crushed by Goblins and all the ground defenses from our opponent. But the Bats flew up high and rose our chances of winning the game. Eliminating the Firecracker quickly with arrows means that he had no answer available. And that win puts us at 3,700 in the world. Let's go, let's go. Felipe's got all the dragons in his banner. I feel like people love that dragon banner for whatever reason, and also just showcasing all the masteries of the dragons. There's one thing for sure. If you are showcasing 3 dragons with like literally level 1 mastery, you are not running a Lava Hound deck. Which I guess could be deduced by the fact that he's got archers. Oh my gosh, he's got Mega Knight? Wait, what? Okay, I'm a little bit flabbergasted by this deck. I need to go for a rage. Probably want to zap as well so we can keep the mini Pekka a bit healthier here. But I spent my entire elixir bank. Can I just like not lose my tower at the start of this game? That would make me so happy. Felipe, do not do me dirty for once in my life. I just want to stay alive. I don't want my tower's HP to take a dive. If I can go for an elixir collector right now, I think I would just get screwed because he would probably go in for like minor wall breakers and then drop something else. So I need to make sure that I'm dropping my elixir collector when I'm at 10 elixir and not a second before. Yeah, look at that. He's going to Royal Giant me. So I'm going to go Night Witch and I'm going to go Dark Prince for more firepower. That's 8 elixir. He also ended up dropping a lot of elixir with the Royal Giant there. Not bad for me. Not great, though. We'll just roll with what we got. He's going to go for a Knight and he's got Mega Knight in the same deck. Like, what am I playing against right now, bro? What is this ladder? What are you doing to me? I'm going to rage this up because the Night Witch bats are going to go ham. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that damage. For 2 elixir, that's so worth. I think that was an extra like 700 damage at least, which is now the equivalent of basically 2 rockets, which is 12 elixir, you know? I guess we shouldn't really like count things off of rocket damage because rocket tickles towers at this point after the nerf. But yeah, raged up bats, they do some damage. They actually are pretty good. I'm going to go in for a Dark Prince here, and then I also want to go in for a Night Witch afterward. And then I think I'm okay. I should be okay. Hopefully I'm okay. I don't know. I don't want the Elixir Collector to get hit, though. Oh my gosh. I forgot I had an Elixir Collector there. I'm such an idiot. I should have just defended that with units instead of overcommitting and trying to get greedy with a fancy Elixir Collector. We know he doesn't have a miner in the deck after he showcases Knight with this, so I think we're fine. I think we're going to melt the Mr. Mega Knight man. We can go in for a mini Pekka here. Definitely going to be able to kill the RG, and I'm going to build up a huge push. This is about to be a monster. So the mini Pekka is going to be able to just endeavor in front. It's going to die. It's not going to give me much. But I should be able to stack up 2 Santa Clauses, which I think will be the funny part about today. I don't think I've done this very often, but here we roll. I'm going to go in for a zap as well, just so we can get even more value. And notice how the mini Pekkas just melt Mega Knights. Mega Knight is not a good card when you play against mini Pekka that's raged up. It dies way too fast. So if you guys are sick and tired of the mid-ladder strategies with Knight and Mega Knight in the same deck, and you're like, how do I ever break through this with Bridge Spam? Well, you just rage up a mini Pekka and it pulverizes absolutely everything. We know he's going to go in for a Royal Giant. I'm going to use a defensive Elixir Collector for the memes. Where's that Royal Giant at, bro? Oh, man. Isn't this the most pitiful way of losing a game in Clash Royale? Not being able to break through a defensive Elixir Collector? Yeah, that's what just happened, Felipe. Get wrecked. Even though my deck is complete chaos, I think my dude one-upped me with a Mega Knight Knight deck with a random Royal Giant. If anything, it shows our crazy deck crushes all the other crazier ones. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.